I'm super excited today because I've spent the past 2 months analyzing the Pilates industry and understanding what's been happening in 2023 and view to what's going to be happening and trends that are going to be happening in 2024. So I've researched the industry so much. You do know that the Pilates industry is very difficult to research because there aren't any specific statistics that are relevant only to the Pilates industry. Pilates generally gets associated with yoga when we do the research, and of course that could throw some figures out, but I've done my very best just to decipher the information and make it specific for the Pilates industry. In saying that, what's going to be happening in 2024 is so exciting because we might find that we do need other industries to help us progress, to help us grow. So the research that I've done is going to be super important for you if you own a Pilates business, if you are a Pilates teacher, if you are in the industry, are wanting to really make your mark next year for your community and maybe the international community. My name is Anita Horry. I am a Pilates Teacher Trainer, also a Pilates Business Coach with 20 years in the industry, and I'm here to serve you. So I've done this research in order to give you valuable and actionable information, so that you'll be able to identify which trends you should be taking on for the next year, giving you an opportunity to maybe make your mark in your industry. So without further ado, let's just hop straight into this little webinar that I've done for you. I do need to put my glasses on because I won't be able to see anything. All right, let's get ready for 2024 and let's look at the trends and strategies that you're going to need to be taking in order for you to grow your Pilates business. So in 2023, in order for Pilates studios to be profitable, they had to shift their outlook and not just offer the traditional Pilates offerings. The trend is going to continue as the fitness industry is emphasizing holistic wellness, recognizes that health encompasses more than just physical fitness. So the realms of wellness and fitness are emerging. More people are feeling more and more stressed out. And this has been recorded in the UK with 1 in 14 people having registered to be stressed out, especially in their workplaces. Their lives are busier. Their emails are increasing. Their brains are exploding with social media content. And the less they see, the less confusion it presents. We have to be clever in the way that we communicate with our clients, and not just be another post in their social media account or another email in their inbox. Another huge thing that is happening in the industry is that Generation Z, or Generation Z as we say that in English, is this new huge generation that's taken over the fitness and wellness industry. And these guys are nothing like the baby boomers that maybe most of us are used to teaching, or even people my age, people who are in their 40s, 50s, that are perhaps not as tech savvy as the young generation. So the entry of this Generation Z is really going to make a huge impact on how we as Pilates studio owners should be running the business and should be serving this type of community. Now, incorporating activities that will be attractive for the most up and coming generation, that is the Generation Z, that is going to change how we might do business, right? And it's going to be the answer to our profitability in our studios as Pilates studio owners. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Pilates in statistics is classed together with yoga studio. So when you have to look at the global position, it's gathered together, in which case we need to look at both markets together. So the global Pilates and studio market is on a very robust trajectory, projected to reach a market value of 325, nearly 326 US billion dollars by 2033, with a compound annual growth rate of 10.6% from 2023 to 2033. Factors driving this growth includes the rising popularity of Pilates and yoga, heightened health consciousness, and a surge in demand for personalized fitness experiences. So one trend we need to consider is that achieving substantial profitability can be quite challenging. So if we looked at profitability rates across the industry for the past quarter, we'll see that 67% of studios increased their profitability by 47% from the previous quarter. and that the average monthly margins are 9%, which is really, really low. And if you look at my video here, it shows you that really what is a healthy sustainability level for Pilates studios is approximately 33% as a profit. So 30% we would say would be a sustainable level, 30 to 33%. And if you really want to learn a little bit more about this, look at my video over here, because that is going to really give you an idea of how you, even if you are a sole trader or maybe you have other teachers who work for you but you don't have a huge studio, it's still going to be a really good way for you to work out your profits, and it is definitely your kickstarter to ensure that you get higher profitability rates. Now, if we look at crafting robust revenue streams, we really need to assess our pricing approaches. So what does that mean? Basically, we have to understand how we price our sessions. Are we actually pricing sessions to be profitable, or are we just pricing our sessions to be competitive in the market? If that's the case, if you see that it's not profitable for you to run your studios at prices that your competitors are running in the area, then why the heck are you in business? I say this so many times to my own clients who come to me for advice because they're so afraid of charging the prices that they really want to be charging because they feel that people won't come to them. But then if they try to charge anywhere close to what their competitors are charging, they're running their businesses at a loss. So, and if that's the case, if that's going to be the case for you, why do you even waste your time and energy and stress in running Pilates studios when you know you're not going to be profitable? This is a huge mistake that many Pilates studio owners make, especially if they have no idea of how to run their businesses. The next strategy you need to look at is to reduce your overhead. Okay, so if you want to increase your profits in your business, you have to look at ways to reduce your overheads. And that might include maybe looking at strategizing the way that you're employing your staff, or maybe using your studio space efficiently. Are you renting in an area that is extremely expensive, that is you're not monetizing from? Is it perhaps a really good idea as you come into the new year to look at different premises for your business? Is it something that you feel is going to create an impact on your studio prices if you move location? So look at these overheads very thoroughly. Use this period, this holiday period, to really do a huge overhaul over what your business is going through and what it should be doing in the next year. The next thing is something that may be very new to many Pilates teachers or many studio owners, and that is expanding through nutrition and other merchandise sales. Now, as Pilates teachers, we are not registered nutritionists. We don't have licenses to be nutritionists, and we can't give nutritional advice. However, incorporating services and collaborating with other providers, so with a registered nutritionist that could perhaps work alongside you, where you refer clients to her or vice versa, where you're able to create packages that would incorporate nutrition and Pilates and perhaps other forms of general well-being, that gives a holistic approach to the way that you're running your business, is definitely going to be a game changer for you. Then introducing merchandise sales, that's also going to be increasing your profitability, because at the end of the day, gone are the days where people come to you for Pilates, they go to their yoga teacher for their yoga, they go to their nutritionist for the nutritional advice. If they want to have a transformation that would involve losing weight, you really need to speak to a nutritionist and get on board with somebody like that to work with you at your studio. The next thing is getting creative with your studio space. So if you feel that perhaps your studio the rent in your studio is becoming too expensive, you're unable to keep up with the costs of that, then what I really do recommend is look for another location. However, if you have studio space that you haven't got creative with, and you haven't been able to perhaps rent out a room, or maybe you haven't figured out what to do with that little corner, that you could do something with? Is there an area in your studio that perhaps will generate sustainable income for you? Could you rent out a space? Could you sublet it to somebody else? Is there a space in your studio where maybe you could put some merchandise in? Is there a space in the studio that maybe you could put in another service that is associated with Pilates that maybe you don't have to do yourself? So be creative, get creative, because that could be that just another little bit of an additional income that will help your profitability. And the last thing here is to introduce additional sources of revenue. And that could always be with doing workshops, or maybe running retreats, or maybe running online packages. You have to get creative in 2024, guys. Gone are the days of you just offering a Pilates lesson and that's it. Hello, goodbye, and I'll see you in the next lesson. I've already mentioned in this webinar that wellness and fitness have to be integrated. We need to make sure we give our clients a holistic approach. Clients are having less time. They are more stressed. They are not eating well. They have so much going on in their life that having that one-stop shop is going to be the answer to their questions, giving them the opportunity to complete this stress, to get a good workout, to eat well, to feel good about their body, to tone their body, all this in one place, and you're giving them the transformations that they need. So the results from the research that was done was that 68% of people see that mental health is very important. 61% need community building initiatives, and 58% see spiritual well-being as very important. So how could you incorporate all this information into the services that you provide in your Pilates studio? So you can see that the primary concerns for most Americans revolve around weight, sleep, and mental health. You can see that nearly 40% of people in the US prioritize their weight. Now this year has become a real weight conscious society. Interestingly enough, 46% of them are the Gen Z. They're the Gen Z that are the younger population. So the younger population are no longer wanting to be the fat, the obese, the non-health conscious society. They are more in tune with their bodies. They are wanting to have healthier bodies, and this is where we really need to focus. I'm going to be talking about that a little bit later. You can also see that next comes the quality of sleep. So there are many things that we could incorporate to help their sleeping patterns, right? Then comes mental health. Well, actually quality of sleep and mental health are running alongside each other here. And then stress, the amount of stress is also a concern for the society nowadays. The frequency of sleep comes next, and then comes the food that they eat and their activity levels, and whether they have chronic medical conditions or their immune systems run at the bottom of the table. So it's very clear to see that our next generations, our society is putting mental health, quality of sleep, and their weight as the top three priorities for their well-being. And in fact, majority of people are actually increasing their fitness levels, but they're finding that they're still unable to sleep, they're still unable to shift their weight, they're still unable to get that well-being that they truly feel that they deserve. And we've seen it, and I've seen this in my own personal experiences as I'm getting older, that as much Pilates as I'm doing, and I feel very fit and I feel very healthy, but still I know that there are other factors that have to be incorporated in my own life. So my own diet, my own nutrition, the amount of hours that I sleep, and the amount of stress levels that I carry. So this is all going to be incorporated in any wellness program advisable for any Pilates studio. If you have a Pilates studio, I would highly recommend that you incorporate these top four factors as part of your programs, and see how you could at least tackle the majority of those things within your sessions or within the services that you offer in your studios. So the efforts to improve well-being mentally, physically, and socially are surging globally. You see that a whopping 78% of the population are making a positive improvement to their mental well-being, with 34% setting aside more personal time for the things that they enjoy, 34% spending more time with their loved ones, and 26% learning more about strategies to better manage their mental well-being. And I'm going to stop the video here for a second. First, I'll ask you, if you are liking the video, to hit the like and subscribe, because the more people watch this video, the more you share it with other people, the more YouTube increases the algorithm so that people like you will be able to benefit from this video. And we'll also see that these videos are being valuable to you as a Pilates society. And the next thing is to also identify that many people are even moving countries to countries that are a little bit more slower paced, a little bit more rugged in a way, but they don't have the same amount of stress that the Western society is presenting. So I have lots and lots of friends moving over to the US, from the US to Spain, to Europe, lots of friends from the US moving over to Asia and to the Far East and also South America, because they are presenting themselves. These countries are showing that there's not so much stress, there's not so much going on. Yes, they might be a little bit more rugged, they might be a little bit more outdated, maybe a little bit more frustrating when it comes to services, but when it comes to their general quality of life, they're loving it, because they're seeing a huge change in that the way that they interact with people, the way that they are facing society, and it is becoming a reality. We are getting totally stressed out. We are not wanting all this hassle and stress in our life. So the more you as a studio owner, the more you as a teacher can help your clients to de-stress, to feel that Pilates can really help them, to feel that what you're offering can really be of value to them, the more client retention you're going to be having. So there you have it. So let's keep going on with this webinar. 70% of the population are making positive improvements to their physical well-being. That being the 34% moving their bodies more in an expensive and free ways, and 34% prioritizing eating healthy more often. Then 72% of the population are making a positive improvement to their social well-being, with 34% reevaluating what is important to them in relationships with their friends and their loved ones, and 32% saying no to social events that do not positively impact them. And I go back to what I've just said about people emigrating, leaving countries that are causing them stress, and moving to societies that are less stressful and more fulfilling, both personally, socially, and physically. Now, consumers typically consider wellness across 6 dimensions. So we're looking at better health, better sleep, better nutrition, better fitness, better mindfulness, and better appearance. And you can see here in this graph the comparison between 2022 and 2023, where consistently consumers prioritize health and sleep as their top concerns. You can see that it's gone down a little bit in 2023 with 47% in comparison to 53% seeking better health, but better sleep has been consistent over the 2 years. Nutrition as well has gone down a little bit, and purely not because people are not wanting to look after themselves through nutrition, but people are more nutritionally aware, so they're not doing that research as much as they were doing last year, and they've obviously got to where they want to get with nutrition, or at least the 2% that of the variant shows that. Then we're looking at better fitness. So you see how in 2023, we, again, because we are more aware, we are not so much concerned about fitness. It's only 1% of a variance, so it's not really making a huge discrepancy, but still, it still shows that we are giving fitness a priority. Mindfulness, it remained the same over the last year, and the appearance remained roughly the same with 1% of variance. So you can see that the society still craves to really focus on better health and better sleep and better nutrition as the top 3 factors to give them that well-being. So how do people look for well-being? You see, we've already discussed that nutrition, mental health, and sleep are the top 3. But if we look at movement, because see, this is where we're at. This is our little hole. This is our little area where we're covering what we offer. So in our movement practices and the way we offer our Pilates sessions, we have to offer an element of strength. We have to to offer an element of cardio. We need to give them that mobility and agility that they need, and we have to give them recovery programs. Now, if the sessions that we offer do not incorporate these 4 things, then we have to see how we can incorporate these 4 things in other things, in other ways. And if we do not, for example, offer cardio as part of our services, then how could we team up with someone that is going to help them increase their cardiovascular activities? And if we can't team up with someone, is there an app we can recommend to them so that they keep themselves not only informed but accountable for increasing their cardiovascular activities? Now, the approaches to addressing well-being and physical fitness incorporate the following. The first thing is to initiate the practice of attentive listening. So we could send out anonymous surveys to our clients. We could have reception feedback boxes, asking them for feedback as to what else they'd be expecting from us and from our services. And the other thing is to have simple conversations with our clients. Simple conversations never go amiss. Be there for them, be their friend, be their support system. Next thing is to take the lead in your community by sending out newsletters, by offering Pilates and wellness workshops or retreats, and by offering free classes or events for the less fortunate people in your societies. And the next thing is to incorporate comprehensive strategies. That would mean that you would have to offer some kind of services that would incorporate meditation and yoga, not necessarily doing them yourself, but inviting other teachers to offer these services at your studios. Give them relaxation and sleep tips or advice, and maybe incorporate like breathing techniques, like even maybe invite a Wim Hof practitioner to come and practice and give workshops at your studio. Maybe run a 1-day event where you could focus on doing a wellness retreat where you'd be doing your Pilates sessions, doing the breathing techniques, maybe doing the ice baths, doing sauna, and general well-being, where people will feel not only feel good about themselves, but they feel that they've learned something that they can take away from that workshop or the event that you're actually offering. The third trend is to improve your engagement strategies, because engagement strategies are developing. How are they developing? Well, the first thing is technological advancements. You know, everybody now is running with a tracker. Everyone walks around with a tracker to track their sleep, to track their food, to track their activity, to track how many calories they've burned, to track how many steps they've taken. So, and you see people in your Pilates studio coming and running and doing that while using their tracker while they are doing their Pilates session. Yes, I know, it's annoying. Most people are using them as a watch as well, so they're checking their messages, and you can see that they're being distracted in class, and you know that Pilates is very much a mental, mindful movement. So getting distracted in class isn't going to help them, but we have to face this reality. This is how we are working. Other than banning them from actually taking these trackers and using them in their Pilates session, encourage that by offering the services where you could perhaps be able to sell this merchandise to them. That is turning a pain into a profit. The next thing is regular fitness level tests via apps. So, you know, on social media, you get them all the time. You see these fitness businesses that are sending you wellness through menopause, wellness and figuring out your body type and what your nutritional advice is, etc., etc. You know that this exists. So why don't you yourself speak to some app providers for bespoke programs? Yeah, so see whether you can create some kind of app that will help your clients to improve their well-being. Partner with other professionals to offer fitness tests. If you're not the one that you don't want to be doing it, if you feel this is too much for me, I can't be done with this, partner with other people and see whether you can offer something that is going to be a win-win situation for both of you. And if you still want to learn about it because you're so unaware of what the technology improvements are, I would really encourage you to attend technology events so that they can help you in understanding what kind of product you can be selling into your industry. Now, when we look at this, the US market sets the trends. It is driven by increased health awareness. Europe is close on the charts, and in Europe in particular, there are lots more eco-friendly and sustainable studios, and that is also creating that wellness, holistic effect that clients are looking for. Now, our approaches to engagement are progressing. What has really worked in 2023, and it continues to work and is going to be the trend for 2024, is text messaging. So when we look at text messaging, particularly WhatsApp or Telegram messaging, that has hit the forever high. You can see that there's been a 3.3 multiplier of overall expansion in outreach through SMS, email, and push notifications, followed by 2.7 multiplier enhancement in conversions and retention through automated communications, in comparison to 1.5 times in increased effectiveness with a variety of communication channels. Okay, so you can see the trend changing to more SMS, more email, and push notifications. SMS remains a viable and effective communication channel. You can see that 29.7% of messaging has been through SMS, and there's been a 60% growth in SMS messaging, meaning that it's more effective than email outreach in terms of conversions. And 98% of text messages have been opened, a 90% open rate for SMS, with the majority opened within 3 minutes of receiving the message. Now look at strategies for broadening your community. How can we broaden our community here? So you've got to broaden your brand's reach. Look for ways to broaden your reach. How can I be more useful to more people? Customize member experiences. This is a very important thing as well. We don't just give Pilates sessions. If we are only there to give Pilates sessions and not give the transformations that our clients need, then we're really going to be struggling in growing our business. Simplify your life through automation. What does that mean, guys? So automation systems are those systems that would include the booking system, your CRM system, your email system, all these systems, your accountancy, your financial statements. There are nowadays packages that do this for you. And now this isn't the video for me to go into which systems are the most suitable for you. However, you should be looking at more of my videos, because I have this video over here that's going to talk a little bit more about what systems are going to be more suitable for your business. In saying that, technology changes over every single day. So there's going to be more and more CRM systems, more mail management systems and accountancy systems and booking systems that are going to be integrated in your studio, for your services. And I really would highly recommend that you would source something that is going to be suitable for your budget and for your needs. And if you look at the optimal approach for a new lead cadence, that's going to be the 1st, the 3rd, the 7th, the 14th, and the 30 days rhythm. So that would be the lead cadence. And then the recommended cadence for new clients would be 1, 30, 60, and 90 days. So do not bombard clients with messages, you'll annoy them, but use these lead times, use these times to be able to continuously stay in your clients' lives without being a pain in the butt, without annoying them, and without being rejected as spam. The 4th trend, and this is a very important trend, and is leveraging the demands of Generation Z. So Generation Z are going to be the ones that are really going to change our industry. They're going to be the drivers of how we're going to be doing business in the future. So who are Generation Z? So we know that Generation Z are from the ages of 11 to 26. So we've got all those late teens into the early 20s that are coming to our studios right now. They are born into the digital age. They're embracing diversity and inclusivity. And they have a very big heightened awareness of mental health and well-being. So it would be crazy not to cater for these guys. So the arrival of Generation Z is imminent. They are 40% of the global spending population. They have 32% of transactions that are conducted on mobile devices. 33% are early developers eager to explore novel and engaging fitness trends. 22% of them are students. 8% regularly check their emails multiple times a day. 68%, guys, this is a whopping 68% of them consider mindfulness and mental health as a priority. 48% of them are full-time employees, meaning that they can afford to come to your studio. 32% prefers receiving emails from a brand a few times per week. 66% prioritize nutrition and meal tracking. So take all this into account, guys, when you are doing your marketing strategies, your business strategies for 2024. Take all this information into account. This is really going to be a game changer for you. How do you engage Generation Z? Amplify your presence on social media. Oh no, I know, if you're a person who doesn't want to be on social media, it's time for you to contract out a VA, a PA, someone who's going to help your social media strategies. You need presence on social media. There's no other way about it. This is the way that the world is going. This is the way Generation Z is going. It's time for you to get on that social media. If you're not aware of how to do that, employ a business coach. That's what a business coach is going to help you with. They're going to really help you strategize. That's what I'm here for. I do this all the time with my clients. I help them strategize to be able to hop onto social media, and if they can't do it, I'm not going to do that for them. I'm not a social media strategist, but I will be able to help them, guide them as to where they need to go. There are so many fakes out there. This is a huge word of warning. I've also been bitten myself multiple times. I've tried to do it myself. I've wasted lots of time. I've contracted people out who were not really professionals in their work. I've tried to save money. It's also bit me in the butt. And now I'm working with fully fledged professionals who I know I can trust. And yes, I pay extra for them, but I know they're doing a damn good job in the industry. So if you need to move forward, you gotta invest in your business. There's no other way about this. Next thing is to prioritize convenience, accessibility, and transparency with your clients. There's no way around this. You have to make sure that everything is there at the push of a button. Clients no longer want to be going through booking systems by calling the studio or speaking to you about it. If you are going to run your business like that, you might still continue getting clients, but you're not going to be fully booked. You're not going to be working with growth. And this especially goes on, I'm not talking about the next year, all right? I'm talking about the next 10 years. We're talking about the next decade. It's really going to be transformational. There's no other way for me to explain this. And view digital content as the gateway to your audience's mental and emotional well-being. So this isn't just about you showing your services and this is what we do. Come and have a look at us, see what we can offer. No. You have to do your social media posts. You have to create your posts in a way that you are speaking to your client who's totally stressed out, who's totally whacked, who doesn't know what to eat to make them feel better, who really wants to have a transformation, but they have no idea of how to start. Be their change, be their first step, be their leader, be the one who's going to help them have that whole community. Create communities for your clients, and by doing that, creating this whole holistic effort that you're offering with doing the social media presence and giving them that convenience and accessibility to your studio and to your services, you are creating a community for them. You are there. You are showing them that you are there to prioritize their transformations first and foremost. So what do you need to do in 2024? Okay, first thing is to explore and broaden your revenue streams. You need to make sure you offer more than just Pilates. Place community and wellness at the forefront of your business. Again, I've just mentioned it a second ago. Community feel, give them the results that they want, give them the transformations that they want. Enhance your community by offering more and more for them as a general service, not just by giving them a Pilates session here and there, right? Next is implement automation in your outreach strategy. This goes to bookings, email, CRM, accounting, text messaging. All that has to be automated, guys. If you want to grow at the rate that I would love you to grow, you're going to need to have these automations in place. And when is a better time to start this than the new year? Give them the opportunity to say, we've got exciting things happening for you in 2024. We are here for you. We're going to be implementing new strategies to make it a better experience for you. We are here working for your benefit, for your transformations. And we've got something happening in quarter 1 or quarter 2 of 2024. And just stay with us. We're going to be very excited to be sharing all this information with you, all these services with you. You guys are going to really appreciate it. They're really going to appreciate your efforts in creating that community. Next is to implement automation in your outreach strategy. I mentioned it by creating that whole holistic approach where everything is automated and making it much, much simpler for your clients. And the other thing which is very important for Generation Z in particular is to emphasize free online content and community engagement as pivotal. For this generation, they need online content. If you don't offer online content, they're not going to be interested. So the more you engage them online, the more services you're going to be offering online. Maybe it doesn't necessarily have to be your own content, but if you direct them, if you guide them to another provider, if you partner with another provider that has online content, if you have the business skills to be able to negotiate these terms with another provider, then at least you'll be getting a small cut. Even if it's just a 1%, even if it is a tiny little amount for every single person that you send online to that particular provider. Now, if it is a free online content, you're going to have to start doing some yourself. And if you're offering free online content, it could be something simple like having a 20-minute session every week, or maybe videoing yourself working out and then putting it online only for that specific community. They will appreciate you for that. All right, guys, so that is it. That's the webinar for creating a fantastic 2024 by looking at the trends that has happened in 2023. Hopefully you've gotten some really great valuable information. Guys, this is what I do best. This is how I help many Pilates teachers increase their profitability, increase their branding, and increase their positions in their local community. If you're interested to work with me to find out how you could change your 2024, this would be an amazing start for you to start the new year with new trajectories, with a new revival, with a new sense of drive to make sure that you have this whole system set up to create a most amazing profitable business that is going to serve your community, that's going to be technologically advanced, and that's going to help you have that work-life balance that you want. And you're going to be seeing results, and you're going to be seeing results very, very quickly. This isn't something that I've just invented. These are trends that have been proving in the industry definitely for the past year, and you're going to see them increase more and more in 2024, and over the next decade is going to turn the whole business around. I hope you like the content. I hope you found it very valuable. If you're interested to work with me, I'd invite you to click the link below. There's an invite for you to come and have a free online session with me. We'll talk a little bit about how your business is running, where maybe there are gaps, which gaps they are, and where we can maybe improve that and help you strategize for the next year and the next few years for your business. And if we see that we can't match, that's absolutely no problem. I'll refer you to someone who can. And if I can't, I'll try and guide you to something that's online that is maybe more useful to you at this stage until the time that you can work with a business coach. So I wish you a fantastic Christmas. I hope you have some time away from your studios. I hope you have a break, spend it with your family. I hope you have a fantastic break. I'll be able to see you next year. But if you do like the video, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and of course, don't forget to ring the bell so that you get notified every time I upload a video online. Until my next video, guys, goodbye for now.